Now we are going to kick off first with the Chelsea game. We're going to start with Bharat here. One of the worrying... Oh, correction, I'm sorry. We're going to kick off with the Watford game first. Oh my god, what am I trying to do, man? Alright, Watford game. So, guys, welcome to the Unbearables show. Today I'm joined here by Bharat and Mario, who will do the matchday vlog together. Check out SG Rates TV for our matchday vlogs. Unfortunately, we are not going to have a very good start to this week's show. Liverpool, for the first time in a long time, lost back-to-back games. First of all, it's a defeat to Watford, which ended a 44-match unbeaten run in the Premier League, which was then followed by defeat to Chelsea in the FA Cup, which ended all hopes of a treble. Now, we are going to kick off first with the Chelsea game. We're going to start with Bharat here. One of the worrying... Oh, correction, I'm sorry. We're going to kick off with the Watford game first. Oh my god, what am I trying to do, man? Alright, Watford game. So, for the Watford game, one of the worrying stats about that is the same with the Atletico Madrid loss. It was just one shot at Liverpool in the first half, compared to Watford, who had 7 shots, despite Liverpool having more possession. Are you worried about that now? It looks like we are not finding our way past packed defenses.
Well, to be honest with you, for a start, I was honestly glad that this unbeaten thing that everyone is talking about is finally off our back. Because to me, that's not so important as winning the Premier League. I would rather have the Premier League, and I really don't care the stats. I mean, whether we break records or not. But if you ask me about, yes, I think Liverpool's last couple of games, or particularly Watford, they dominated most of the game. But unfortunately, they didn't have their shots on target as what they usually do in the past. And therefore we didn't score. But yeah, I'm disappointed that we did not score at all. But 3 goals, I think, is a bit flattering. Because I really don't think the scoreline justified the outcome of the match. If you really look at the match, I don't think 3-0 is the right score. But we lost. We have to take it gracefully, and we look forward to the next match.
All right. Mario?
Yep.
The lack of chances created, right? We'll just pinpoint that to midfield.
Okay.
These are times when somebody, or quite a few Liverpool supporters, will bring back the name of a player that was sold to finance the transfers of Virgil van Dijk and Henderson. That's none other than Coutinho. I don't really like to say his name, but nonetheless, I have to say. Some will say that, these are games where you need a player like Coutinho, someone who can take a long shot and score. Do you think that's probably what could have helped especially in the game against Watford?
I don't think so, because the team has done whatever they could in their means for this match, And of course, when you talk about midfield, there's always a debate about Jordan Henderson in the middle, right? But I'm going to tell you, these 2 matches, which is Watford and Chelsea, has just shown us how crucial he is as a player in the midfield, and more or less, as a captain himself to us. It's like, you can have any other players, you can even have Felipe Coutinho over there, but I feel that if we had Jordan Henderson in these matches, especially when you're talking about Watford, because they were defending very deep. We were watching the match together.
We were.
Right, they were defending very deep, and they were really pushing very hard. They had early chances, and the goal came right after in the second half, right? So we were not doing enough from the midfield. It's like we did not hold the ball. We were losing the second ball. Chances wasn't created. The passing was, out of the normal, right? Everybody has missed passes and all that. So when these kind of things happen in the middle, and that's when the pressure goes back to the guys who are on, centre backs, right? when the midfield are not doing what they're supposed to do with these kind of teams, and the pressure goes back to the defenders, and that's when they concede all the goals. But of course, as what Bharat said, I'm glad that it's finally happened now. So at least we can focus on winning the league, because we just need like 12 more points to go. Doesn't matter if we lose or win any other matches. So yeah, that's one thing to take off. No, we already have. It doesn't matter whether it's invisible or non-invincible. You know, all that matters is Premier League title. That's it. All right. So yeah, I hope they'll get better for Bournemouth, because we're playing in Anfield, and the Anfield spirit, the supporters will always be there to motivate our players. That's for sure.
Okay. I'll ask Bharat the same thing. Mario has mentioned the problems in midfield. Do you think that we are missing Jordan Henderson that badly?
You see, I look at the whole team like a body. When you have a strong head, when you have strong legs, your spine has to be strong to hold up. We don't have that spine right now because of his injury. But I wouldn't make Jordan Henderson's injury a big deal, because no one player is indispensable. Yes, we are missing him because he commands himself very well at midfield level. But I feel that we do have good backup players that could have stood out and played better. Unfortunately, at this point of time, Keita has not been performing, and Fabinho. Yeah. So these are the time. I mean, this is the moment where you want the others to step it up.
Correct.
Unfortunately, they did not. But I wouldn't be too concerned. What you said, Mario, that came to my mind is, mathematically, we won 12 points. Mathematically, if you look at the whole table, we can afford to lose another 5 matches and still win.
Exactly.
So I don't think at this point of time, Liverpool, no matter how badly they may have been performing, will lose 5 matches.
Exactly.
I don't think so. That much of faith I have.
Okay.
Although sometimes I do get a little confused with Klopp's choice of players, but then he knows best. He has brought us this far.
Exactly.
I think the finishing line is just there. It's a matter of just basically the Premier League is ours.
Yes. Yeah.
The Premier League is
We
ours.
already have one hand on it.
Just get it. Don't care how many more matches you're going to lose. It really doesn't, because we have to understand the Premier League is so different from other leagues, because relegation teams that are fighting to avoid relegation are fighting for their lives. So Watford put up a fantastic performance. Bournemouth is in the same category because they're also fighting.
Yeah, right.
So, but I still feel Anfield, Bournemouth or whoever, we should take 3 points this week and then focus on the next 9 points, and then we can celebrate.
Exactly.
That's my opinion.
I'm going to hold your thought there, because I'm going to bring it back later
All right.
when we talk about the Bournemouth game. But first, before that, we are going to move a bit forward to the second defeat, which happened in the FA Cup. A defeat to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge meant that Liverpool has lost 3 consecutive away games in all competitions, the first time since November 2014. Unfortunately, that also ended all hopes of a treble. But Mario, the perhaps slight good thing about that, despite playing a few of the second stringers and seeing more of Curtis Jones, is that Liverpool actually created more chances in that game. Kepa, the Chelsea goalkeeper, made 5 saves in that game alone, and that is more than the 25 Premier League games he has played. Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. I mean, I found that surprising as well.
Okay.
So, Klopp perhaps like to consider to have Curtis Jones and Minamino perhaps start Premier League games now.
Yeah. Talking about Chelsea match, it's always hard to go to Stamford Bridge, even though if you have a full fit first team with you, right? All the players there with you and so on. Yeah, when you talk about these 2 players, particularly Curtis Jones and Minamino, I think Curtis Jones is doing fantastic for who is he now, his age, the pace that he's going, the hat-trick that he scored recently in 8 minutes. That was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I think, for under 23. Right. So all these, he's showing a very promising career ahead of him, right? But instead of that's him. But let's talk about Minamino. Right, when Minamino came in, everybody had a lot of hope on this player, our first Asian player, Japanese player. We saw him, how he played with RB at that point, and he even scored against us, right? So I think no matter who, no matter which league you're from, in this point, when you come to Premier League is totally different ball game, right? As what Bharat mentioned just now, even the relegation thing, they fight as though they are fighting for their own life, you see. So it's always a totally different ball game, and it's the toughest league on the planet, right? That's the reason why it's there. So for them to get used to the style of the playing, the system, it will take time. But I can only see these two players particularly to be a first team starters, a regular starters very soon, because we need this kind of backups, you see. So that you can rotate more, you can have more options,
Right.
Up front and over the wings as well. Yeah, and about the Chelsea match, FA Cup, when you talk about FA Cup and treble, you mentioned treble, right? Okay. The real treble, you have already done that, right?
Oh, okay.
International treble.
Right.
That's a treble. So
Okay.
it's like FA Cup for me. I would prefer them. I would love to have the FA Cup for sure. But if you had to lose it, then you had to lose it. I mean, our priority has always been Premier League since Jurgen Klopp took over, right? So for now, I think we have to focus more on Premier League, and once we already clinched the Premier League, then we can focus on Champions League as well. So these two, I would rather have Premier League and Champions League, or either one of that rather than FA Cup.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What about you, Bharat? Perhaps if Liverpool had beaten Watford, maybe most people would not overreact to the Chelsea game. Would you think so?
Yes, because maybe Watford is more a beatable team than Chelsea. But then again, like what we've been saying, Watford was fighting for their life. And in a relegation situation, you know, what goes through the players' mind, they all want to survive, they want to remain in the Premier League, they will go all out, and they did. And actually credit to them, to take Liverpool on and not let Liverpool even score. That's already credit to them. And I think as Liverpool fans, we ought to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Most of us do not like to even hear the fact that Liverpool has lost the match. You know, to be honest with you, I only saw the first half because I was very tired. But when I got up in the morning and I checked the score and I saw it was 3-0, I thought, how could we have played that bad? But when I look at the statistics, I think, like what I said earlier, it's a bit over-flattering, right? And I think Chelsea is again a different league, a different category, and some more at Stamford Bridge. So obviously Stamford Bridge is not an easy place to go and win games. But I think Liverpool is just maybe psychologically a little down at the moment. That's why maybe they took that momentum into the Chelsea game, and that may have affected their performance. But honestly, I really don't care about the FA Cup at this point of time.
Right.
The FA Cup is something we can win again and again next time. I think our record in the past, if you check with FA Cup victories, we're not that bad. We may not be the best, but we're not that bad. But this time, FA Cup is not, to me, a priority. A priority is our Premier League.
Right.
And it's been 29, 30 years.
30 years, actually.
And I've been married for 30 years. So the day I got, no, honestly, the day when I got married, that was the last time Liverpool won. So I do not know whether to blame my wife or to blame just the luck. So my wife is just praying and praying that we take it this time so that she will not be considered the jinx. So I think it's about time having this kind of a lead. You know, I'm sure we're going to make it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So FA Cup, no issue. Just forget about it.
Okay.
Focus on Premier League and
All
we
right.
take it from here.
Okay. Speaking about James, okay, let's not go there. I wanted to talk about something else with regards to James, but I'll just leave it there. I think too many people are talking about it, and the Singapore Speaker of Parliament has already said his part, so let's not go there.
Yeah, don't think that sort of game.
Alright, let's move forward now. We're back in league action again. Liverpool take on Bournemouth. Yet another relegation threatened team is finally back at Anfield. And after that, it will be the second leg of the Champions League, round of 16. And I will now pose this question to the both of you because you two mentioned something similar.
Alright.
The league title is, at least in everybody's mind, is pretty much in Liverpool's hands now. Or in the bag actually, we've got like 9 fingers on the Premier League trophy. If that is the case, would you actually consider fielding a weaker side against Bournemouth, giving quite a few of the star players almost a week's break before the Atletico Madrid game? Let's go with Bharat first. Would you consider that?
I would not consider fielding a weaker team because I think these players are very professional. They will have enough time to recover. And furthermore, Atletico's match is also going to be played at home where we have our home crowd support. That should boost up some adrenaline in our players. So I really don't think we need to field a weaker team like we did by trying out some other players during the Chelsea match. I think we should just go all out because right now we want the 3 points. I think psychologically we need to get these 3 points to put us back on hopefully another run. And I don't see why with the kind of squad we have, we should actually go down to very weak players. We have enough players to come in and step it up. But of course, Bournemouth fighting for Premier League survival, I think it's going to be a bit tricky. But I think our 12th member of the team, which is our supporters, I think will pull us through. So I don't see why we need to field a weaker team. That's my opinion.
This is your opinion. Alright, what about you, Mario?
Yeah, I agree with Bharat at this point because the next thing that we want to do, that we want our team to do, is to get the 3 points, right? So it can be Atletico, it can be Barcelona, or it can be Bournemouth. But from now onward, as I said, these 12 points, as much as possible, we get these 12 points and we secure the title early. Then we can focus more on the upcoming Champions League matches if we qualify round of 16 when we face Atletico in midweek next week, right? So these 2 matches for me, it's as important as it is equally. So we need to go all out in Anfield. We go all out. Hopefully everybody's fit. So then, as he said, the fan definitely is gonna be on our back, the team's back, and yeah, we can definitely get the 3 points. That's for sure. So these 2 games we need to treat it as important as possible, right? So we secure the Premier League title, at the same time we try to qualify to the quarterfinals of the Champions League as well. And then after that, I think the boys can get some rest, you know.
Right, okay.
Maybe after we get these 12 points, maybe they can rotate.
Actually, Mario, if I may interrupt here, I think this next 2 games is it's going to be a true show of our character.
Exactly. Yeah,
this is the 2 games that we have to bounce back with. This is the 2 games that we need to get us back on track. I don't care if we go on another unbeaten run or what, that's not important.
It's not actually.
Yeah. We have to just clear Atletico, get the 3 points, focus on the next 9 points, and worry about the next Champions League opponent then. We did it last year. We lost some matches along the way, but we still won the Champions League.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't, it's almost difficult to win a Champions League title being unbeaten throughout. It's not easy because you're playing with the best of Europe.
Exactly.
And you can always have an off day. And an off day happened to Liverpool when they played Atletico Madrid. I think we're going to come out of this run. And I think we're going to take Bournemouth out first. And maybe Atletico out. And then we should all be able to breathe better.
Exactly.
And then let's see how it goes from there.
Right.
Alright. Wow, fantastic. You saved me the problem. Saved me the effort of asking you a question. So you just answered it for me. Fantastic. I love this guy, man. I should get you back here more often. Alright, predictions from the both of you. Mario first. Bournemouth, please.
Bournemouth. I would take any scoreline, but personally, I would prefer to go to 3-0, 4-0 at least.
Take one, please.
Take one, please. Okay, I would go for 4-0.
4-0. Okay, what about you?
I will go with 2-0 only because I want a clean sheet. I think that will psychologically help us big time. We've not had a clean sheet. And B, I think 2 goals is good enough to get our strikers back in action. I think our strikers need to score 2 goals is fine. Bottom line, I just want 3 points, even if it's 1-0. But I'll go with 2-0.
Alright. I'll stay with you for the Atletico game. We are 1-0 down from the first leg.
I'm just hoping that Atletico does not score. Because the moment they score, then Liverpool has to score 3.
Correct.
Because a 2-1 victory without an away goal is not going to be good enough. That's where our defense have to come in action. And hopefully by then, our Henderson captain, our captain Marvel may come back and hold us firm in the midfield. I would go with Liverpool 2, Atletico Madrid 0.
Alright. What about you?
Same thinking, man.
2-0 as well?
2-0 as well, yeah.
Okay, I will go with 1-0 and we'll win it in penalty shootout.
Oh, dear.
Well, I know.
Why?
But chances are it's going to be there.
But if it goes to penalty shootout and we have our Alisson there, then I'm confident.
I'm confident of winning a penalty shootout because it is on home soil. Anfield, like you guys have mentioned, the 12th man. So that's why 1-0, probably will leave it late because Atletico Madrid. I watched the first leg. The way they defend this, I've not seen a more tactically disciplined side for a very, very long time. Watford was just packing players in the center of the park. Atletico was moving 2 banks of 4 up and down, synchronized. If given that, I would make do with a 1-0 win. Leaving it late, maybe 88th minute, get the goal. Atletico Madrid will try to attack. We'll just cancel each other out in extra time. Penalty shootout.
Okay.
That's me, and I know.
Bottom line is Liverpool must win. That's
Correct.
It. I don't care whether it's penalty shootout, 2-0, 1-0,
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Alright, okay. Actually, that was quite a long talk, amazingly, but well, because of 2 defeats in a row, we need to discuss a little bit more. But hey, let's all hope that things change this week. I guess that's all we have for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Singapore Reds YouTube channel. As usual, we are going to have a showing at our hangout at the bar station at ARC 380 Liverpool versus Bournemouth, kickoff 8:30 p.m. If you are in Singapore and you're a Liverpool supporter, do join us to roar on the Reds. That's all we have. And until next time, we are loyal supporters and we come from Singapore. You'll never walk alone. Woo!
Come on.